Hello there. I'm back for podcast number 2. This is the Great Jew Atheist, and today's topic is called life. And the subtopic is a life of suffering. But before we get to the main topic, subtopic, I'd like to first mention my email address. If you like to contact me, I could be contacted at the Great Jew Atheist at gmail.com. That's GREATJEWATEEIST at gmail.com. Okay? Um, Before I start, just a couple of items I want to say. So, my first podcast, I was watching it and I thought it was, especially towards the end, it was very funny. And the thing and I was laughing, when I was doing it. And, I was even thinking of maybe redoing it, but I think the spontaneity was incredible. And when I was going over Noah's Ark and just the logistics nightmare it would be because the animals, especially the herbivores, and we're not even talking about the lions, the tigers, the polar bears, would be shitting like crazy, and for 40 days they'd be shitting, and they take some massive shits. You got water buffalo, wildebeest, and zebras, and some big fucking animals, right? So they would be shitting like fucking there's no tomorrow. Does that make sense? There's no tomorrow. So, and I thought that part was really funny, and I basically said Noah would be really pissed. Here's God. He looked on the earth and he said, you know what? I'm going to fucking kill everybody in this fucking planet. I hate these motherfuckers. You know what? The only way I'm not going to kill everybody is if I could find one guy who's just. And he looked at the whole planet and he found that guy. His name was Noah, who was a righteous Gentile, which, we'll talk about a little later on, if you don't know what it is. A good goy, as this Jew says. So Noah, and I think he had like 6 sons. I don't know. I probably had some daughters too. Who the hell knows? But built an ark, and he took 2 of each kind because God was going to destroy the earth, and he built an ark, and they rode out a storm 40 days, and some kind of dove came, and the whole bullshit story. And by the way, almost every culture has a flood myth. Probably has to do with some kind of idea of replenishing and rebirth. The hope that everybody has. Wouldn't it be great if, I'm 53 years old. Wouldn't it be great if I could take a shower and I could be 25 again, and correct all the shit I've done and the fucked up shit that I've created? It wasn't all my fault, of course, fucked up bum steers, shitty life. Again, parents did the best they can with some extremely limited resources. Father wasn't exactly a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, or an Indian chief for that matter. So that part I thought was really funny. And, the part is really funny is I ad-libbed that part. I just came up with it. The shit would just be an incredible logistic nightmare. Shit. Shit would be everywhere. Noah was chosen. God got rid of everybody except for Noah and his family. And it'd be, so what would Noah have to do? The shit's piling up, steaming. It's like the post office. The mail's coming in. You got to deliver it. It's not done because more mail's coming in. And you got to deliver that mail. More, and it never ends. That's like Newman went he's going nuts. The Publisher Clearinghouse Day. Forget about it. It's insane. It's so. And I thought that was the really funniest part. I couldn't stop laughing. I made myself laugh. And I think if you see that part towards the end, like 15 minutes before the end, it's 2 hours. If you go to the first podcast, you do a search on Lance Goodwin. That's my fake name. you do that, and trying to get my job back. So right now, again, the people at my job have asked me to take a little break from things. Um, so I listen to their advice. They're basically paying me half my salary for 48 weeks. And they could still even, I could one appeal and they could even take me back after the 48 weeks, conceivably, on sick leave. Um, so this part was really funny. So my brother-in-law, who, I've told people that I'm not in my mother's basement, I'm in my sister's basement. That's how bad things have gotten. So any hopes of Ariana Grande? I mean, many of you millennials will probably have jerked off to her. Have basically fallen by the wayside at this point. Brought some nice iced tea. So I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Instead, I'm going to get a girl from the soccer ward. And I'm the best girl you can ever get. I smoke crack and I'm missing my front teeth. I'm the best girl you can ever get. So, it's been a really rough week. And on Sunday night, as Jews, we have this stupid holiday, Jewish New Year. And my sister got mad at me for some reason. And we got back to her house. My brother's house is like 5 minutes away or something. So she started screaming out like a maniac. She was ready to plunge a fork into me. And then I had to apologize to her. Next day, she started screaming at me. And, again, I prompted her, whatever. I'm at fault for everything. She stopped the car in the middle of the street. And it's a suburban street, granted, but it could have been a dangerous thing because you never know when someone's going to come. It might going a little fast and could have crashed into us. And so we had two things. I stayed with my brother's Tuesday. He was off for the Jewish holiday. One thing about Jews, we have a lot of holidays. Yeah, we're going to pray. We got to pray. I got to play. I got to play to God. I got to pray. I got to go to work. It's a holy day. Yeah, right. Okay. Can't work today. So we get our days off. That's the key to life. Get a lot of days off, man. So I was over my brother's, and he blew up at me twice. One time I had a line. I think it came out the wrong way. I meant to say he had more hair. I said balder, and he took it. He looked bald. He's very sensitive about that. And another thing, I said one of his ideas. He always has these bad business ideas, and this one was really bad. A restaurant that only has 500-calorie meals. So I said that's a really bad idea because the idea of a restaurant is to charge you money to eat a lot of food. They have drink, they have an entree, right? They have a drink, they have an appetizer, an entree, and dessert. That's what they want. You want to eat a lot of calories. That's the idea of a restaurant. That's how they make money. Dickhead. Oh, sorry. It's my brother. Now, so I forgot what happened Wednesday. Someone blew up at me on Wednesday. Oh, so I have another brother. He didn't blow up at me, but he gave me one of these speeches. You're gonna be homeless. I mean, he's nice. He gave you like $600. And one thing I will get into a little later on, one of my later podcasts, is how I lost everything. Basically, they took everything out of my house and they dumped it. Everything I owned, books, CDs, furniture. I guess I had to go. We'll talk about that later. And but with the $600 came about 45 minutes of tough time. I mean, of course he's right. I can't say he's wrong. He's right. Again, it's painful. It's painful shit. Not easy to listen to. It wasn't that it wasn't. He did. It was just the five things, two blow-ups. And this, you're going to be homeless. Again, I think I discussed this in my first. You're going to be homeless. 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 We're not going to help you. We're not going to help you. You're homeless. Then you're going to be homeless. We're not going to help you. You know what's going to happen? You're going to be homeless. You didn't. You didn't. Your resume. You didn't do that. You need a job. You didn't. Okay. He's right. What can I do? He's right. I mean, I got myself into this mess, and no one got me into this. My sister didn't go, okay, fire him. He's drinking. I'm gonna make him drink. I did it. I snorted the coke. I did it all. So I can't blame anybody. So then today, I had my first therapy. My first, there's spitting again. Fucked up, man. So fucked up life. So a new therapist. I swear, I used to work at my sister's. My sister works in one of these. It's a Jewish YMCA. They're called YMHA, Young Men's Hebrew Association. And I used to work there about 30 years ago. I was 23, and my the new psychologist I'm going to see, he's a doctor, PhD. He used to go there, and in 30 years, he looks exactly the same. This guy has not changed. Maybe a little more stump in the back. He's now 85 years old. It's amazing. The guy is 85, and he's doing pretty good. So basically, is an introductory session, and everything went pretty good. I mean, he got me a little pissed off. Because I get pissed off easy. I want to fucking kill everybody. I said, the first thing they always say is, Mr. Jew Atheist, let me ask you a question. This would be happening down south. Let me ask you a question. God-fearing man, do you want to hurt yourself or hurt others? Of course. What do you think I'm fucking here? Why do you think I'm fucking here? I want to hurt myself. I would love to hurt others. Now the question is, would I do it? Probably not. I'm too much of a fucking Jew wimp. So you got to lie about that because you don't want to go back to the psych ward. It's not the place you want to go. We'll talk about why. Maybe this podcast or later podcast. Depends when I decide to open up about that a little bit. So today I went to the outpatient rehab, and it's funny. So no one's really talking. So I went into how bad and lousy my week is, and the discussion came up. How do you know? Why talk about your personal life and maybe And I said, if I can't say things here, then where can I talk to you? What can I share? And so I went to the psychologist. I went to the group rehab, and it wasn't a bad day. I put captions on my first podcast and podcast number 2, which is we're going to talk about a life of suffering. Now, by the way, when I start the regular podcast, and I'll tell you when that is, this is not, and I especially recommend this to some of you younger listeners. If you are kind of innocent, I don't know if you listen to this. You got your whole life ahead of you. You should learn how lousy, how horrendous it is. Maybe, I don't know, maybe take a different take on it, I don't know. I could be way out of bounds. I would say this is really intended for people 40 and over. Again, anyone could listen to this, but what it's like? It's like when Tony Soprano says to his Goomba, his mistress, he goes, don't pin your wagon to my star. In other words, don't go your own way. I'm not going to support you. Whatever. It's not gonna be good for you to listen to this if you're too young, because you don't want it to affect you. I think people with a little experience, I'd say 40 is a good stuff. Maybe 35. Even 35, I'm a little hesitant. I don't know. When does my theory? Okay, again, everyone. I think everyone has a moment in life where it's like that oh shit moment, And I think that came to me when I was about 29, 30 years old. I finally moved out of my parents' home. This must have been 1995 or so. It's like, and so I was working this really. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad job. It just didn't pay a lot. Working one of these secretarial skills. Bum job, I call it. I call bum job for a shitty paycheck. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And so I started the job, and it was, I really liked it. I would stay up 3 o'clock in the morning just to be prepared. There was nothing really there. I had to, and I would prepare. And I used to remember they had multiple classes. You would have 3 different sections in one class. So I remember we had this Filipino. My boss was a Filipino woman. And she was, "It's very easy, Mr. Kravitz. You teach one group, and you give the other 2 groups something to do." Oh, God. So, okay, so now, good thing at the time, I think we were still living at home. I was 29, so I never forget this day. So we have a meeting, most of the meetings that to that point, stupid meetings, about, classroom management. Maybe bring up a specific student. Most of, when you do these meetings, if you're really young, you really, first thing you learn, you're always at fault. You lose a student. Students are money, okay? Money, you're never right. You can't win. If you lose the student, you lose money. If the student is disruptive, it's your fault because it's disruptive. So it's a mess. Just fucking life's such a fucking mess. If you can learn. So this is John, which I really like. But just the fucking money, such a mess. And school's for profit too. So So I'm gonna say her name. Who knows if she's alive, whatever. But so the woman is a tall woman, nice woman, a little tough, a little rough around the edges, but I liked her. Everyone has different opinions of everybody. And so I remember this meeting, and this was like the first meeting. I was like, holy shit. And so we're sitting around, all the teachers, and she started screaming at us. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit. What did we do? What did I do? What did we do? I'm fighting for your jobs. You got to go out, and here they are. They're paying me $30,000 a year. I'm like, I'm ready to go. But Miss So-and-so, you're not paying me anything to do this. I have to live with my parents. And she's screaming at us, and she's saying, you gotta keep these students. You're responsible to keep them here. So I was, it was just like, it's like the first real, I'd worked other jobs before, but never in a situation, like I was where I worked for this money market, this really shitty job. Everyone was high on coke. It was a real mess, it was a real mess. It's funny, I didn't do coke back then, but eventually I did. I did a lot of coke, I did coke, and I did some more coke, and I did some more coke. Coke's a problem. It's expensive, and it feels really good. Until it runs out, and you run out of money, and you're broke. It's not good. So I think everybody at some point, it's funny, it's like, I've been staying over at my sister's house, and my niece, she's so innocent, and she's like 19 years old, and I'm like, so I'm telling her some stories, and, I try to leave, the one thing I do good, I think, it's like, I try to leave out, really rough things in life, I don't try to tell her, wait till you get married, you're fucking probably gonna get divorced, because the divorce rate is almost 60%. And if you don't get divorced, you're gonna be fucking bitter. husband's probably gonna have an affair at some point, and maybe I'll get over it. And she don't know it. She thinks everything's gonna be peachy keen. Parents are paying her for college, and she's gonna. I mean, she does have one good thing, and she lives on Long Island, and she wants to be a high school teacher, but I'm sure that's not easy. You got these nutty parents, but it's better than being a high school teacher in New York City. And smart girl, but they pay a lot of money out of you too, and I'm sure the demands are not easy. Whatever. My daughter's not learning. This is my son. My daughter's not learning from the trailer home. She don't know anything about Abraham Lincoln. Spit again. Okay, so I think everyone's going to experience a moment like that, So younger review, the millennials, at some point, that I don't know what you call that. Someone email me. What is that moment called where you're like, oh shit, this life is serious. That shit's going to go down. I mean, I guess it happens to everybody. And I guess the younger you are, you're thrown into the you don't have to swim. You're thrown into the lake or something. All right, so I was just talking also about, so this thing, everyone's blowing up at me. Now, so today, I got, so talking, and my psychologist, the 85-year-old guy, and I thought he was okay, and, even if he was, like, nasty to me a little bit towards the end, not nasty, but, I guess he's doing what he had to do, I guess I'm very sensitive. No, but that's what I am. And it's not going to change. I don't think. I got to win lotto. It's my only hope. Or, if you want to support me, greatjewatheist@gmail.com. And you know what I was thinking of doing? I'd be a good companion for Artie Lang. So, Artie, if you're out there, keep you on this. I'm sober. I'll keep you on the straight and narrow. We can hang out. And, smart guy, college educated. I'll keep you sober. Probably kicked the shit out of me a couple of times. I'm really fucking annoying. And I'm about your age, a little older than you, about a couple of years older than you. Born 67. I'm born 65. Big Howard Stern fan, and hang out in Jersey and Hoboken. Eat some gabagool, right? And Italians. Only know Italians and Jews are pretty similar, except the Italians have much better food, So that I know, but. So, the first thing I want to discuss, going to these tangents, is, okay, so I get home today, and so I had a lot of problems with my sister, My sister's banked, and she's, like, pissed at me. It's never going to be the same. I mean, it could be like, let's say 20 years go by. I'm 73, and she's, like, 77, or whatever, 76. And everything goes well, both retired, and both alive. We're okay, health. My shit. That's not gonna happen because I'm gonna die before that. Whether in my own hands, evolution's hands, or nature's hands. It's never gonna be the same after this. It's 1 month. I mean, I'm so fucking angry. You don't know. It's anger in me. I could fulfill 10 rooms in the anger. And I shouldn't be angry because it was my fault to get me into this mess. And she did a lot for me, but there's only much fucking someone could do to a person, no matter what, I'm grateful. Fuck. Okay. So I have this great routine about Noah talking, all these animals taking shits, and the whole fucking, and always getting really pissed off. 6 hours of shoveling shit, right? Dumping it into the fucking ocean or whatever, the water on land because there's so much rain, and it's fucking. I get this great routine. So I'm telling I did this video to my brother-in-law. My brother's a really nice guy. You can tell him anything. And so I'm telling him this thing. And for some reason, my brother-in-law's mother just died. And so someone come really religious. He never eats bacon. Jews don't eat bacon. It's a shanda. And I don't even eat bacon. I'm not religious. I think it's a crock of shit. So he gets really pissed off. He goes, I don't want to hear it. I'm like, well, he's a really nice guy, too. He's been the nicest guy through this whole thing, and like he like walks in like everyone's so well tight. I don't know. Is it me? Is it the way things are going? Is it work? Is it? I mean, maybe think like people's lives, and they now when you're down and out. And what's the old song? Nobody loves you when you're down and out. It's like Eric Clapton. I don't know if he wrote it as an old blues song. By the way, Eric Clapton's so fucking overrated. I mean, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 times. That's ridiculous. Maybe once with Cream, but 3 times. Sorry. Okay, so it's a really shitty week so far, and it's gonna get worse. Because tomorrow I have to spend the day with my other sister, Helene. Now, she's not too bad. I think in a strategy so you don't blow up. I think the first thing, whatever she says, I do. And I only speak when spoken to. She's like a fucking pain in the ass, too. And I don't know. I might be in jail after tomorrow. so it could be my last podcast. Second thing I want to talk about. So I was in Forest Hills yesterday, and Forest Hills in New York. It's for those who don't know, Forest Hills is in Queens. It's where I live when I'm not in my sister's basement. And I think I spit again. I always see like these things flying in front of the screen. Probably sweating too. It's just fucking hot down here. So what nothing sucks about life is like you can never have the. I mean, very rare is it perfect temperature. Either too cold, it's too fucking hot. It sucks. It just sucks. Life sucks. Get it through your head. It's never gonna get it better. That's it. Don't look for it to get better. It's not. We'll talk about today. Okay. So I'm in Forest Hills yesterday, and I see this. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't in Forest Hills. I had taken the LIRR to Hicksville, and I was waiting for my niece to pick me up from the Plainview station, and I seen this young guy, nice head of hair. Really, I'm like, fucking, I didn't get that. Yeah, nice, thick head of hair with those nice ponytails. I'm like, so jealous, I mean, if he's like heterosexual, he's getting laid, unless he wants a dick up his ass, which is another thing. It's okay, if you want a dick up your ass and you like to suck a dick, more power to you. Now, if I had that, I'd use it for other things, but okay, so I had a guitar on his back. And, so I'm thinking, what is he doing with the guitar on his back? Oh, maybe he plays with a band, or maybe he's taking lessons, or maybe he wants to be a famous guitarist. So I was thinking, what are the odds of him being able to make money, like make a living, make a good living, make a living enough where the only thing he has to do is play the guitar, Now, I know they have session men, and they're very good, they're unbelievable. And they have also rock stars that, play guitars in bands. So pretty much those are the only avenues that you can do, right? So really, if you want to play a guitar and make a living at it, I mean, you could play in a band at night, it's fun, but you have to have a day job, you can't survive, what do they pay you? I don't think they pay you anything, right? So I'm thinking to myself, let's say his dreams, young guy, getting really good hair. So fucking jealous. Another thing I'm jealous is guys who have like really good shadows. I was talking about that guy yesterday, that pedophile teacher who had this perfect, but he not only have a good shadow, but he had the shadow ended like a perfect line. Like a lot of guys don't have. I've never seen that before. It like ended perfectly, right? He had a perfect shadow, And I get jealous of that too. In fact, I have no hair, like right here. It's like fucking bad genes. Bad fucking genes. Anyway. So I was thinking to myself, what are the odds? So let's say that was his dream, to become professional guitarist, session man, right? So good that I'm like, someone needs a guitarist, like one of these like shitty musicians of today, because they really suck. I mean, I just don't get it. Um, Ariana Grande, she's fucking hot, but no talent. Maybe they need a guitarist for. I don't think so though. They just need some kind of synthesizer and Congo drum or something. I don't know, and auto tune or whatever they use. Who the hell knows? And she needs a guitarist, and so she might need a session man or whatever. Who knows? So, or he wants to play in a band professionally. Band that can make money, something like Coldplay or one of these sucky bands that they have now. I don't know. And I don't know, Coldplay from Primus. Who the fuck? I mean, I think I stopped listening to me in 1982. Bee Gees. Bee Gees are great. I mean, I'm like, after the Bee Gees, after two of the Bee Gees are dead, I mean, I was like, this sucks. Actually, the most talented Bee Gees still alive, so yeah, like he's really talented. The other two were like, man, they're okay. I think one of them was good, like Robin. I think the other one, Maurice, the bald one, or he was bald, but they were both bald. But okay, so getting back to this guy with the guitar, and he's a good-looking guy too, and great hair. Just fucking so jealous. My brother's always like, but see, I have a theory too that. See, my brother always gets mad when I say something like that. I keep on repeating it. So jealous. He has great hair. He gets really mad. My theory is he's jealous too. That's why, when people get angry at something you say, it's because they're thinking the same thing. It makes sense, right? I mean, obviously, if they wouldn't get angry, they weren't thinking it. Right? What bothers is a behavior that bothers them, something you say, is what they're thinking too. It would make sense. So now I'm thinking about this guy. What are his odds of actually making it as a session man or one of these shitty bands like Coldplay or whatever? I know someone's going to go, Coldplay, they're great. You got to listen to them. No, they suck. they're not Led Zeppelin. They're not the Beatles. Not even Grand Funk Railroad. I mean, that's how bad they are. And by the way, Grand, we'll talk about them. If they were around today, they'd be the best band. I mean, they had 11 gold albums. They were pretty good. And 2 number ones, 9 top 40 hits. What's more popular than Led Zeppelin? Ooh, spit. Yeah, there's a time they went more until like 1973. So I was thinking, what are the odds of this guy making it? And I said, close to 0. For all practical purposes, 0. I mean, but not 0. 0, but not 0. 0.0, okay? And I'll tell you how this relates to me. And so I said, what is his only chance to make it? And his only chance to make it is delusion. He has to really believe he can make it. So he has to be delusional because he has no chance of making it, right? But that's his only chance. His only chance to make it is to believe he has a chance to make it, which is totally delusional. Yeah, understand what I'm saying? He has no chance. There's no chance. But he has to believe he has a chance. So I was thinking to myself today, based on this observation, see, my dream is to do this and get paid for it somehow. I don't know how. Maybe, get ads and, get so many followers. YouTube goes to me, hey, weirdo, drug addict guy, weirdo, mental insane guy, say, evolution atheist guy. People hate you, but what we're gonna do, since you got 100,000 followers, we're gonna pay you, and you don't have to work anymore. No more fucking bosses. All you got to do is, now you have pressure coming with content, right? So you got new pressure. So that's my theory. So if you're out there and you have a dream, here's the key. You're delusional. You're not going to make it. I mean, unless your dream is to become a lawyer or something, then you got a little chance. You got a chance, depending on who your father kisses ass. Like your father pays the Columbia, Brooklyn Law School, trustees, part of, whatever. I mean, or you did good on your LSATs or whatever, whatever. So you have some. Oh, that was a bad one. So you have a chance. I think that's what caused this. I gotta stop doing that. So you have a chance. It's a normal job like accountant, lawyer, doctor. You have a chance. Smart, halfway. You're not a dimwit. You believe in evolution. You got a chance. But if you want to be something like a guitarist, a famous actor or an actress, well, to be an actor and actress, I think there's a fly. My mosquito has been bitten the other day. If you want to be an actress, okay, I'm going to give you some advice. First of all, there's more to be an actress. Actor is a different story. Actor, you got to suck dick, okay? And then you got to be delusional. And even though you have no chance, you still got to believe that's your only chance. An actress, you know what you got to do. You got to suck dick, and you got to be on the casting couch. You're like, what, Harvey Weinstein? Do you think these women, for 1 second, didn't know what's going to happen? Come on. Oh, you raped me. I just wanted to meet with him. He raped me. Come on. They know what's going to happen. Me too. Hashtag me too. Come on. They didn't know? They didn't know Bill Cosby? He was a creep? You're telling me fucking Rose McGowan, pre-lesbian Rose McGowan, hot Rose McGowan, like fucking 20 years ago, is gonna come in the room, a hotel room, and I'm with her, and my dick is like not gonna get hard. I mean, that's impossible. You don't think what's going on? See this 3-pound thing in here? You don't think that thing is boom boom, and you don't think this thing down here is boom 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 boom, boom boom Mancini? Okay, you don't think that? Me too. Obviously there are some. I mean, Harvey Weinstein probably did some of this shit, but a lot of them knew. I know what's gonna happen. I mean, Bill Cosby, he probably went overboard. Yeah, he was African American too. That's why we had, but we had to do something about that. The brothers, they're a little hypersexual. But no, I'm just kidding. The brothers are great. Love you guys. Okay, so let's begin today's podcast. And 37 minutes to start. Amazing. Okay, so today. Okay, so now could be a good time if you are young, below 40, but maybe below 35. We'll see. I didn't warn you because I'm gonna depress the fucking shit out of you. Now, if you don't want to be depressed, turn it off right here. Today's topic is life of suffering. I'm gonna be really serious today. I'm gonna talk like this. Okay, so life of suffering is today, and I've been thinking about this a lot. And okay, the first thing is life sucks. Okay, it does. It's funny. I always go to myself. Life sucks. Then I try to go, but don't you always go? Life sucks, but there gotta be something good about it. No, there isn't. It sucks. It really sucks. I mean, you've had good times. I've had really good times when I was younger. I mean, I went to the bar, got drunk, made out with a girl. It's fucking good, I had this really hot girlfriend one time with a smelly hooch. I think I discussed that before. So, I've had good times. But as you get older, I'm 53 now. People start. I just had a girl I know. She died. She was 52 years old. She died of melanoma, spread to her brain, and they said, "Oh, we could probably treat it." Got this new thing. It's called immunotherapy. And sure enough, she's dead. And so, you get older, you start seeing people just start to die. And the sick thing is every year you can see people die more and more and more. And hopefully you don't get to the point where you're the only one left. Hey, Mr. Great Atheist, you're now 95. Okay, so life sucks. Okay, so there's two possibilities in life. Okay, let's go to the first one. We don't get old. Now, if we don't get old, there's only one thing that can happen. We die young. Okay, so we die young. That might not be such a bad thing, I mean, I wonder what's a good age to die. That's a tough question. I mean, it really depends. I mean, if you have a good life, I'd say maybe 60. If your life sucks, any time will do. Now, the second thing, there we go again. I gotta go for speech therapy if I want any hope of being a podcaster, Again, delusional, but my only hope. So the second possibility is we get old, then we die. Now, getting old sucks. I mean, again, what's going to happen? If you are lucky enough to get old, you're going to get all these pains. Many people around you are going to die. Your significant other possibly could die. If you're a man, you're going to probably die before your significant other, leaving them without you, and you will probably get some dreaded disease. If you get old enough, you're going to probably get either heart disease or cancer. Okay? So, not fun. Isn't life wonderful? I'll see greens of dreams, and red roses too, love me. And I'll think to myself, I think he died that year. And I'll think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I'll think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, I tried I made a tape one time, cassette tape, of optimistic songs. And that was one of the songs on the tape. The tape depressed the shit out of me. Okay, so life sucks. Okay, that's the first thing. You got to understand that. I mean, I have an optimistic friend, and he's well-meaning, and he's very optimistic. He tries, there's two types of people, optimists and pessimists, and I generally find the pessimists are smart, the optimists are dumb. It's just the way it is. I mean, they're delusional, and they just don't see how bad things are. It's like really bad. Now, to me, all life, human life, included, is painful and it's really difficult. And one of the reasons why it's difficult is access to resources. Now, if we all had good access to resources, such as socialism, maybe things would be better. But the problem with socialism, there's no motivation. Why invent something when people want to be paid? People want to be how do you get motivated to get up in the morning just to help your comrade? Yeah, who gives a shit? Like, you don't get Elon Musks in socialist countries. You just don't get them, You get them here because you don't get Elon Musk. You don't get a guy like that who makes 4 companies and builds electric cars and wants to build a tunnel. And this guy's amazing. He's a genius. You don't get Steve Jobs. You don't get Bill Gates. You just don't get them. That's the problem with socialism, So socialism would be good if people were motivated They, basically took, more or less the same salary. They'd be grays. Maybe we give, maybe we pay Elon Musk 150,000 a year. Right? He's doing a little better, but I'd get like 75. Dimwit like me. We can't do that though because then Elon Musk would not be so brilliant. So we have a system in place called capitalism, and it provides differential amounts of resources based on the ability to produce revenue, produce wealth. Now, of course, not everyone produces wealth equally, and some people produce no wealth, and they're very poor. Now, that's not always the case. Some people just are very lucky and are born into the right family. I mean, you know those people, right? They're born with a silver spoon in their mouth. I mean, just some people are just very lucky. So, life is painful and difficult, and there are four types of people. And life is painful for all types, and we'll discuss the four. The beautiful people, okay? Here I go again. The beautiful people. These are the Kim Kardashians, the red carpet people. They're beautiful. They're so beautiful. They go to kiss with the lips and thing with the. I don't get that. What the fuck is going on? What's wrong with these people? They got the shit with the lips. A little puff. Look good. What's wrong? It's insane, this fucking world. What's going on? Is it just me? She might say, well, great Jew atheist. How is life difficult and painful for the beautiful people? It's not. They got it great. No, I would probably say they may have it better, but at the end of the day, you gotta get up. It sucks. You gotta put on makeup. You gotta cake that shit on. Gotta get their breast implants redone, butt loose, And it's really hard, I think. I want people to realize this, the idea every day. Like Kim Kardashian will not be as beautiful one day. I don't know when that is. I mean, it seems like the woman, like Cher. I was reading Cher, like in that movie Mamma Mia, she was wearing 5 pounds of makeup. Imagine like Cher without that plastic surgery and that makeup. That would not be a pleasant sight. I'm sorry, Cher. I love you. I love Cher. She was like hot, man. I remember seeing Cher, man. Whew. 1973, Cher, man. She was the bomb, man. she was so hot, man. I was like, holy shit. That's like the hottest woman I've ever seen. The long black hair. I mean, she didn't have big tits back then. And she got implant. Oh man. I know what jerking off was, but if I knew what jerking off was back then, that would be the first woman I would jerk off to. She was fucking hot. She like fucked all these famous, like Greg Allman, Gene Simmons, and Tom Cruise, and all these guys. Like she fucked them all. Fucked everyone. She even fucked Greg Allman's guitarist, Les Dudek. Les Dudek. For those you know who Les Dudek is. You know who Les Dudek is. You're pretty good. Who else did she fuck? Sonny Bono. She fucked Sonny Bono. Warren Beatty. Warren Beatty was banging Cher when she was 16 years old. That's amazing. So Cher was like this basically young hot girl. Warren Beatty said, "He's fucking hot. I'm gonna bang her." Warren Beatty's probably 24, 25. Started dating her and started banging her, and she was like 15. Who the fuck? I guess she was 6. It was like 1962, and he was 26 or something. And Sonny Bono got her, and they made "I Got You, Babe." The beat goes on, doo, 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 doo. The beat goes on, boom, 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 la da 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 dee, doo, 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 la da, doo, whatever. It's a horrible song, but And I think she went with Greg Allman. And who else? She's banging so many guys, you know. And the Bagel Boy. That guy, Rob Camilletti. I think he flies a helicopter. Who else she banged? She must have banged Michael. Who the fuck? Michael Jackson. I don't think that's. I think he could get it up. Or Cher. He went, Cher, can you dress like a little boy for me? Oh, now I could get hard. You might, say, why are the beautiful people having so many problems? And they just have problems. They get old and they get divorces and they got these nasty lawsuits. Because they can't. A lot of money at stake. So they, when they get a divorce, it's a big. These rich guys, they fucking get pissed off. Go spinning it. They get pissed off. They say, holy shit, I didn't get a prenuptial agreement. Or they get a prenuptial agreement, then they get sued, and it's a really mess. You get these fucking good lawyers, and it's just a fucking mess, man. It's just fucking horrible. It's fucking so horrible. And then you marry this, so you're a rich guy, and oh man, I love her so much. She's so beautiful. It's hot chick, and I'm the king of the world. And one day you find hot chicks cheating on you. It's fucking like OJ. I always say the thing, OJ. I don't condone OJ killing his wife. I don't understand. And OJ, he saw Ron Goldman driving his Lamborghini. That would piss me the fuck off. I bought that Lamborghini because I'm the juice. I'm OJ. Nicole, why is Ron Goldman driving OJ? I'll stab your ass. It sucks. So here he is. He worked so hard, running footballs, getting hit, breaking his knee, smashing his knee, running Hertz commercial. I don't know what the fuck he does on the board of drive. Who the fuck knows? Gotta get all that money. And his ex-wife cheats on him. He gets pissed off. He's a little angry. It's gets a little angry. So what does he do? He stabs her and her boyfriend. He's a little upset. A little upset. He's just a little upset. Not greatly upset. He's stabbing. He's not that upset. So, beautiful people, believe it or not, they got problems. They get old. They get diseases just like you. They get fucking bored. They got the great fly in the sun. It's fucking boring. The only thing I think they have better, and they don't realize it, they don't got the pressure to make a living, but the beauty runs out. Especially some of these I call them young whores, because that's what they are. Early on there, hanging around these rich guys, and once they start getting a little older, my girlfriend was like that. I don't know if she's my girlfriend, but a little more like a girl. Used to fuck. And basically, she fucked Steven Tyler, Vanilla Ice, and Axl Rose. And that was in a prime. So what she used to do in the early 90s, she used to, in New York City, we had this thing called the China Club. So her and her friend, by the way, banged Billy Idol. She had a picture of him, signed picture. So they used to go to the club called used to go to this China Club, right? And all these celebrities come. I think one story I heard, Steven Tyler flew out to, I don't know, the other guys hooked up Axl Rose, and Steven Tyler flew out to California for a weekend, fucked her, and flew her back. That was pretty much it. He was a really pretty. I seen picture. She was really cute when I was with her, but probably pretty much a little too hot for me. I'm the ugliest 53-year-old male Jewish from Forest Hills there is. You talked about that. So she was really pretty. She had these high cheekbones. She was gorgeous, man. And I had this picture of her. Oh man, lost it in my possessions. We'll talk about that. I had it somewhere. I couldn't find it. It was actually, I took a picture of it, and I made a Xerox of it, and just jerk off to it. So the beautiful people. And then when she got a little older, it was funny. The guys started to disappear on her. Took off. And she's still, she's still pretty good. That's the funny thing. I mean, I was like, oh, the rich guy, I banged her. But I guess she was hotter, She was hotter. Okay. Second group. Second group is people with good jobs and good paychecks. Okay, so I'd say that category might include my brother-in-law and my sister, other sister, and her husband, who's a lawyer. She, works in the office. Fucking grew up. Okay. Doctors, obviously, corporate executives would fall into this category, vice presidents in companies, So, professors at college, any kind of, especially prestigious colleges, professors, tenured professors, probably the best job you could get, Especially these political, they espouse these liberal, Trump sucks, should have all these immigrants come in and overrun us, and look what they're saying. It's so ridiculous. And if you go against them, you're racist. No, not racist. It's just we can't afford the 330 million people and the 30 million illegal immigrants now. It's gonna bring in more immigrants who can't afford. We can't afford to pay. I mean, come on, you're dumb. You're dumb. Oh, and another thing, they stifle freedom of speech. And if you hand in a paper with dissenting point of view, you get a D. It's really bad. It's political, and the politics of everything. It's so fucked up. So fucked up. So then you might say, well, why is life? No, life isn't that bad, but these people work really fucking hard. I see my sister and they're fucking. My brother-in-law, and he's pissed at me. You could just see it. He's like, this motherfucker, he lies in bed all day. I get home and take a nap. He's pissed. Well, he's pissed because he comes home and doing shit. And he's working his ass off. And he's paying the mortgage, and it's only a month. So I don't know. He's so pissed. I could see, 6 months. I can see how it's, but he's fucking pissed, man. And he's a nice guy, though. I give him that. But he works hard. He gets up at 7 in the morning. He's on the Long Island Railroad, and he goes into Manhattan, and he takes the PATH train, there we go again. Jesus Christ. And he takes the PATH train, which goes to New Jersey. And I'm sure you get a lot of stress on the job. Just get to the fucking place, stress. They should just pay you to get to the fucking place. Just hang out and sleep for like 6 or 7 hours, whatever you got to work, and you go home. You get paid like $300,000 a year. So, my sister, she's a better job in terms of. I'm sure it's not easy, but. And she gets to go in like a gym short. She works at some kind of like Y or something. But, I'm sure it's not easy, And she, a lot of hours. I'm sure there's pressure, You got the pool, there's not enough chlorine, and the bathrooms are dirty. And shut the fuck up. And then she got to yell at the workers. It's fucked up. It's a pain in the ass. Fucking pain in the ass. Her job is probably not as much pressure. Say that. I could be wrong. And then she got me. Fucking pain in the ass. I don't blame her. So most of these people work really hard, and they buy these nice houses, mansions. Most of them, unless they're like a really rich doctor or something rich. And they work really hard, and they send their kids to good schools, and raise their kids well. And they have hardly any time to stay in these really nice houses because they work so hard. Makes no sense. You would think they take some time to stay in their houses. But you see them on the weekend, they're fucking running around like nuts. And they get mad at me because they're fucking pissed off. so, so I'd say that group is called the people with good jobs and good paychecks, okay? Okay, so that's another group. So that's the second group. So you got the beautiful people, the people with the good jobs and good paychecks. Okay, third group. People with shitty jobs and bum paychecks. Now I got that from Goodfellas. And he was talking about those goody two shoes. Those people with shitty jobs with bum paychecks. Those 9 to 5 goody two shoes. If we wanted something, we just took it. Now that was like the Henry Hill, played by Ray Liotta character, and I guess I would fall into that. My job would be that when I have it, if I get it back, it's a shitty job and it's a bum paycheck. I can barely afford to live on it, and I'm one guy. And I got a studio. Oh, it's a great deal. It's in a good neighborhood. It's great rent. It's a fucking prison cell. It's like, it's amazing. People go, oh, you got a really good job. It pay. Based on the cost of living, I make, when I first really got into the job, I had a couple of early jobs, didn't work out too well, and got fired because I was a dickhead. I made $36,000 based on that. That's what it is. Same value. It's a shitty job with a bum paycheck. Why is it a shitty job? Oh, it's not bad. You get home at 3 o'clock. Yeah, I do, but I get 30 emails. I got to do another hour of work, but really it's like 2 or 3 hours of work. And on the weekend, I'm thinking all about the week, and it's fucked up, man. Now, if they paid more, it wouldn't be that bad. If I could afford a car, that would be nice. Oh, poor you. You're playing the smallest violin. I know this guy. He's homeless, He lost his job. He had to kill his whole family, man. That guy, he fucking... You go, what's the guy in Colorado? He he's like fucking some guy, and he fucking killed his whole family. One day his wife goes, get a job. What are you doing? You only got 3 months. What was it? I don't know what the problem was. He just got really pissed and snapped. Maybe, why would you? I don't get that. And then he started like, I'm missing my family. They're all missing, and you gotta help me. Of course you did it. Who wouldn't want to not kill a family? Well, maybe not your kids, but your wife definitely want to get him. What guy out there has not thought of that? Come on. I'm not saying you do it, but you thought of it, right? I never had a wife, but you think of, if you didn't have a wife, you must have thought of killing your girlfriend. You kind of thought of it. I'm not saying you would act on it. Thoughts are thoughts, Can't help them, Just go. You want to kill your girlfriend. Okay, the last, and these are the people that really fucked. You think you're fucked, and I'm fucked. I'm fucked real bad. It's really bad. Like, if I told my whole story, I'm probably not as fucked as I think I am. But, it's hard because how fucked you are is again, it's, like, people are really fucked. People in wheelchairs, they're fucked. People blind, fucked. People deaf, not as bad as being blind. Like, what's bad? Like, if you had a choice, being blind, deaf, or in a wheelchair, probably take being deaf. Now, say blind or being in a wheelchair. Like, sight is really important, I think. I don't know. I think the wheelchair's fucked up, man. It's really fucked up. So it's hard when you really think about it. These are really difficult things, and it's like not easy. It's not. No, but when we talk about homelessness, I must look black. I must have black blood. Somewhere like, I'm African American. I got this, like, my nuts like a little fly. I look like Sugar Ray Leonard. African American brothers. I think a brother. Look, my hands are a little kinky. Look at that. So, yeah, I might be black. You know, if you make fun of my brothers, don't think I'm a white guy. I'm a brother. Come kick your ass. I come from laying your shit. You know, I lay your shit out, dude. I'm a brother. I'm the world's lightest brother. Got to be a lightest brother. I'm the brother. Yeah, I'm a motherfucking African American. I don't know. Don't know. Could have been. Could have been. Maybe somewhere along my ancestry tree is my African American genes. You know that woman. You remember that? You make believe she's like a black woman. It makes no sense. I don't know. I don't get it. But whatever's going on, it's okay. Okay, so the homeless. Now that's really fucked up. I mean, now the other three groups. I mean, one probably have the best. Two have it good. At least people look up to. They got it fucked up. Group number three, shitty jobs, bump check. That's a group I'm in. That's fucked up. It's really fucked. I mean, you're fucked. Suicide is an option. You know what I mean? And you're basically, when you're in this group, you're living paycheck to paycheck, basically. Unless you're an incredible saver, unless you're cutting coupons and rents are unbelievable. I mean, I live in New York City. I mean, it's fucking insane. I work for, let's say, New York State. And they pay like you live in New York State, like rural New York State, which is the boondocks. It's like Peoria. Nothing against Peoria. If you're from Peoria, more power to you. But if you work in New York State, for New York State, they think you have the same cost of living as anyone else. In New York State's a big state. It goes all the way to Buffalo and Jamestown. I had a roommate in college in Jamestown. He was a fucking redneck. He was a fucking redneck. Hey, Drew, how you doing, man? Okay, so let's go back to the homeless. We're about a little more than an hour in. This is, not only is this really fucking sick. I mean, today I saw about 6 homeless in one block. I mean, in Forest Hills, the main street is called Continental Avenue. Yeah, why is it called Continental Avenue? I don't know. It's like a new continent. I have no fucking idea. And you just see, it is just so sad. I mean, you hear people. So you hear people, and they go, oh, if they want to be like that, they can get a job. I'm an SJW, social justice worker. They could get a job if they wanted to. They could get a job. No, sorry. They won't get a job. That's what homeless. You don't think they get a job if they want to? You don't think they could get a job? Well, they could get a job, but they still be homeless. Why get a job if you're just gonna be homeless? I mean, I wouldn't get a job if I'm just gonna be homeless. Why get a job if you're just gonna be homeless, right? Makes no sense. White people. Fucking white people. White people, the white devil. It's fucking white people. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? It's funny. What's one of these guys on, I don't know. I forget who it was. It's a really racist guy. I think they eventually caught him for, he tried to shoot up a synagogue in Kansas. What the fuck are you Jewish guy doing in Kansas? But, so eventually, it's the Jews, dummy. So basically, his proposition was, if there were no Jews, I'm trying to figure out, if there were no Jews, everything would be a lot better. It would be like a utopia. I don't think so. Life would still suck. I mean, it would. You know what's funny? It would probably suck even more. And okay, in fact, funny. We're going a little digression here. Indications you're an anti-Semite. Okay, let me give you a few. You talk about George Soros a lot, right? You say Rothschild a lot, right? You mention the central bank a lot. You talk about bankers controlling the country a lot, right? You know who you are. I know who you are. If you see me, you know I'm on to you. I'm on to you. Look, I'm an African American though. I do. I might have some African. I probably do. I mean, um, we all do. Probably all do have some blood. Um, okay, so homeless. It's really upsetting, man. It's just so fucking. In all seriousness, it's so fucking upsetting. Like, my thought has been, where do they take a shit? And again, I'm big into shitting. Like, I'm like George Costanza. Like, he is really worried about where the fuck. Where do I take a shit? Where am I gonna take a shit? Most important thing in the world, right? Because you got to take a shit. You can't just. I mean, women have a problem with the number one too, but number two is a problem for everybody, except young children and fucking animals, because they'll take a shit anyway. Dog, just take a shit. No matter. Got an elephant. Just take a shit. No matter. If you ever see an elephant in New York City, just take a shit. They sometimes have elephants in New York City. The Ringling Brothers. Well, they finally closed, I think, Ringling Brothers. But the homeless have this problem taking a shit. And when the weather gets really bad, what do they have to do? They have to go inside to these homeless shelters. And need I say, these are some really bad places, right? I've been to psych ward, and I could tell you, not a fun place. There's some very strange people. And I got a lot of gas. So I'm in the room, right? And I got, like, in the morning, I get a lot of gas buildup, like 7, 8 hours of sleep. I haven't farted, so what's going to happen? It's going to build up. So I think I have, yes, roommate. So I let out some gas a few times, and a few mornings. And one night, he goes, yo, man, do that outside. I thought he was sleeping. So the homeless got it really bad, in the bad weather, and it's a really shitty mess. It's a fucking. I said about my job too. It's a shitty mess. And no one understands. They think they got. I mean, so I go to my psychologist today, the new psychologist, and everything's like, he seems like he's a good doctor, and everyone got the fucking answers. Can't cope. I've had other, it's funny, I had other jobs, and had problems, but this job is a shitty fucking mess. They don't pay enough. I don't care what anyone tells me. It's a shitty mess. This whole job's a shitty mess. If you think about it, when does this job open up? Because no one wants to do it. That's when it opens up. Or, in the rare case, and sometimes the job opens up because very few people have the skills to do it. But no one wants to wipe a fucking bathroom full of shit. No one wants to be a janitor. I mean, someone's wiping shit. I'm sure they don't have much self-esteem. How many people go, I have friendly Rich McCall, like, cleaning shit. It's always with the shit. Everyone's bought. My family always gets upset when I talk about shit. It's not a pleasant subject. So, the four groups, it's all painful. And, the homeless, of course, have it the worst. I mean, you're a homeless man. I mean, you're not getting laid. I mean, I'm not getting laid. You're not getting laid. You don't have any hope. Forget about getting laid. I mean, look, you get a shower, you're in shit. And the smell must be incredible. It's just sad. And it's so women tend not. It's funny. Women, of course, tend not. And you might say, well, why? I mean, in evolutionary psychology, another topic I talk a lot about, tells you the reasons. And of course, especially in their reproductive years, women are much more valuable. And we'll talk about why. And you pretty much know the reason, because they're a rare commodity. I mean, young women, women from 18, let's say, to 40, 35 to 40. I know it's hard to say. Some women age pretty good, and that's why they get all plastic surgery. It's worth it. If you look 10 years younger, if you're 50 and you look 40, you could fall within that range. So that'll be an important thing, the importance of beauty in women. It's really important. It could be the difference in life and death, you could be a bad lady. And it's funny, I was discussing the first podcast, the girl I met in the psych ward, and she's in love with me. I love you so much. You're the best girl you can ever get. She said, you right now. I think she might have said right. I don't know. Give benefit of the doubt. You're the best girl you can get. You're the best girl you can get. Okay. Good. George goes, okay. George is like, so now she's 33 right now. So I got a chance she might meet some redneck construction worker or something. Like not beat her up a few times. Apologize, get drunk and beat the shit out of her, apologize, fuck her, have a baby, child support. Somehow make it. It's probably the best bet. Because she's 33. Now, if she don't make it, let's say 20 years go by, she's now 53. She has no reproductive value anymore, most likely. I mean, that's another story in the psych ward. It's funny. So I met this 59-year-old woman, and she's a little strange, at first, but she really strange when she said she was pregnant. She She goes, the doctors. She's like, can't make shit up. She goes, guess what? Don't tell anybody, but the doctors said I was 7.5 months pregnant. They held it in this time. I said, oh, really? I didn't know a woman of your age could get pregnant. Well, she has. It's called perimenopause. I remember in the Guinness Book of World Records, they once showed a woman actually was 56. And I think the record now has actually went up to 59. But the odds of a woman getting pregnant at her age are something like 1 in 3 billion. I don't think it's going to happen. And that's called natural mother. Now, there has been women who have been pregnant at 66, but the age, of course, in vitro fertilization. Okay. So, getting back to my, but I loved you. I love you so much, and you gotta love me because I love you. I don't think so. I'm missing my teeth. I'm sure your family love me. I'm sure I don't have many diseases. I sleep with guys for crack. But no. It's the first thing she gets out of the psych ward. Rehab. So she's all like, I'm getting better. I feel better. I'm on medication. And first thing she does, first night, she sleep with a guy on crack. She with a guy on crack. She tells me, she figures I better hide this. Maybe I better hide this from him. You know what I did first night I got out? I had to wait for Lisa. This girl, Lisa, nice girl. She brought her up to this. She now lives in Catskills. She for disabilities guy runs his house, a bunch of beds. So I gave Lisa. So until Lisa came, I had like 12 hours to get a homeless shelter. So what I did was I slept with this guy, and he gave me crack. And I was telling how basically she went to rehab, 28-day rehab twice. She cost basically $200,000, I think. And she basically got nothing out of it. So if you're a taxpayer, it's good to know where your money's going. Oh my God. But getting back to the homeless, it's really, really sad. I mean, and again, people blame them, but I disagree. They're in this situation because really bad shit. And it's not easy. Oh, they were in this situation because they want to be in this situation. No, it doesn't work like that. It's just not. Everyone wants to be, like the homeless, like a homeless man. He doesn't want to be Jay-Z and fuck Kim Kardashian. See, let me tell you something. If you want to fuck Kim Kardashian, you got to be in category number one, the beautiful people. You're not fucking Kim Kardashian. Even if you have a good job and a good paycheck, you're not fucking Kim Kardashian. It's the way it is. It sucks. I want to fuck Kim Kardashian. And by the way, that's how this mental ward patient I get. I know how to upset him really good. So I told him, you know what I did yesterday? He goes, what? I said, I spanked a monkey to Khloe Kardashian, and I jerked off Khloe. She goes, I don't want to know that. I'm jealous. He's like, man, it's really funny. I know how to piss her. Like I was thinking, like, so what I did was I blocked her phone calls. That's what I'm saying. Thinking like, just being dick face. I'm so bad. Just like having fun, like call her back, and tell her I love her, and like say, oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't realize what a great girl. I didn't know what a great girl. I didn't know what a great girl you were, and I was like, I didn't realize what I had, and I didn't realize the crack. The crack. The amount of crack you smoked and the amount of heroin you took. I'm really, you're a great girl. You're exactly the person I want to know. That's someone that's going to really help me get through life. Keep a job, pay the rent, not end up on the street. These are things that are important. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. Okay, it's unbelievable. So, the more you live, this crazy shit. You see some crazy shit. Sorry. Okay. The meaning of life. Okay, now, there's two types of meanings of life. The religious and the atheist. Now, let's start with the religious. Now, there's all kinds of religions, and I thought I would limit it to the three great, quote-unquote, monotheistic religions. Now, there's all kinds of religions we know. There's, the three great, of course, are Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. But there's also Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, all kinds of Jainism, whatever. Crazy people. You're so crazy. Fucking nuts. Just fucking nuts. I mean, so now let's start with the meaning of life to a religious person, but we'll limit our discussion to religion. The three great, quote-unquote, monotheistic religions. Okay, let's start with Christianity. So what do they think is the meaning of life? Now, in Christianity, of course, we're here to serve God, right? And we're here a short time, so we should do good deeds. And of course, we must accept Jesus as our Lord and personal Savior. Right? So we all sin, right? We all, do bad things, I guess. I don't even know what a fucking sin is. I mean, jerking off, I guess that's a sin. Jerking off's a sin. I've probably done it like 8,000 times. I really need to pray to Jesus. Pray to Jesus, praise the Lord. It's funny, I used to watch Jimmy Swaggart before the whole scandal. I was fascinated by this guy. He had that great slicked hairdo, and I said something about this guy, So, and the next thing that happened was they found him getting hookers. He goes, "I've sinned, my Lord, I've sinned." And he did it again. I think he did it like 2 or 3. How many times did he do it? And they had that guy, Ted, whatever, out in Colorado, and he's a great man of God. He had a beautiful family and cute kids, and these fucking young boys, fucking 15-year-old kids sucking his dick. He's giving them methamphetamine. It's a man of God. So that's what you do if you're a good Christian. Oh, you're a fool. Let's face it, there's nothing after. So, but okay, according to Christians, let me be fair. I just want to give their case, their argument. Okay, so now obviously all religion is essentially about the fear of death. That's what it's about. It's not about what you do here, right? What do? You go to the synagogue, the mosque. You basically pray, mostly. You can pray for a hot wife, a nice pussy and big tits and a nice ass. You grab on the fucking ass. I used to date this Puerto Rican girl. She just looked like Julia Roberts. She's really cute. But she had this fucking ass, man. Whew. What an ass. What an ass, man. You're an ass, man. Okay, so you go basically, like Christians, they go to church. One day, you must face it, it's gonna end, right? And they believe when we die, our souls. Sorry, I just had to laugh at that. Our souls will ascend, or our souls will go up our souls will leave our body, and they will either go upstairs, if we've been good, to heaven, we accept Jesus, or Jesus will throw us into a lake of fire if we didn't believe in it. So we aim to go to 2 places. Now, based on this assertion, if they're right, and they're not right, of course, this is full of shit. I gotta spit again. I, and all Jews and all Muslims and everyone that doesn't believe is Jesus is personally, like, we're talking 50, how many people die every day? Who knows, like 100, 300, 200, who the fuck knows? I mean, a lot of fucking people going every day. You wouldn't know. 200,000-300,000 people. I don't even know. Jesus is personally personally sending them to the lake of fire. Give me the shit. Oh, that is so funny. So fucking funny. And you believe it. That is the amazing thing. It's 2018. Don't you get it? You can't be that dumb. You can't be that dumb. No one can be that dumb. I don't think you're dumb. And all kidding aside, I'm just kidding around. No, you're dumb. No, it's not you're dumb. It's you're not dumb. See, when you're very young, you're brainwashed. It's very easy to brainwash you when you're young. You know why? Because if you don't believe, we're going to pull away your food and you're going to fucking die. I believe. So, Now's the time to give up these silly beliefs. Now, you might say, well, why should I? Like, what do you know? I don't know anything. But one thing I can tell you, there's no evidence. Now, in science, something called you make a claim. What's your claim? Okay, your claim is that Jesus, the Son of God, was also God somehow. I don't know how this fucking thing works. He's connected to him. Catholics, I don't know. You know, crazy, nutty people. You're just nuts. It's really fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy. I mean, you're fucking nuts. I've been into mental ward. And as I said yesterday, if you really, I mean, you can't really believe this shit. No, but if you really do, here's what I want you to do. I don't know what time it is. 11 o'clock? I don't know. What time? What's 11:30? It's funny. I just thought it was about 11:30. I just looked at the cable box. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get out of your house. I know it's late. It's 11:30 New York Times, probably 8:30 Pacific time. Who knows what time it's in London, like 4:30. If you're English, you get out of your car. Get out of your car, mate. And I want you to get into your fucking car. And I want you to drive to the nearest psych hospital and check yourself in for a few days. Just go. Just go. You're fucking nuts. Just go to the nearest psych hospital. Check yourself in. You probably need at least 3 days. Maybe more. You probably need like a week. Make sure you got good insurance. And tell you the story. They fucked me over. They're probably going to get sued for like, who knows so much. Fucking, it's like probably $3,000 a day. Probably minimum. I think I spent 4 extra days. Let's say Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Probably I owe them $20,000. So, I might say, well, what are you going to call them? Can't get blood from a stone. I'll go bankrupt. I have to go bankrupt. That's the story. Yeah. I'm like a Christian pastor. I'm just not very good at money. Not good. Okay, so the Christians basically say there's a heaven, there's a hell, and there's a special, as Steele George Carlin, there's a special place for you. Yes, very special. It's full of fire and brimstone. Some kind of stone. It's a brim. It's a rim. It's a... Come on. He said this thing. So, and I think the place is the middle of the earth. Where is hell? I don't even know. And it's a special place. And you go directly there. There's no place to go. There's no $200. Go right to hell. It's nuts. She's crazy. I just believe this. I mean, can it be sure? Well, in science, again, so, in all seriousness, in science, what's such a claim? So science, you say in science, you make a claim. Now, what kind of claim is it? This is an extraordinary claim. I mean, I would think, most people say it's a pretty big claim. Extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence. Now, what kind of evidence are you offering for this? 0 point. There's no evidence. So this is just bunk. It's nothing. It's a fairy tale. It's Hansel and Gretel was, what the fuck happened, Hansel and Gretel? Who the fuck knows? And the three little Red Riding Hood, 3 little bears. It's more of a chance that that's true. Leprechauns, Are there leprechauns? Elves, fairies, Middle Earth. What was that fucking thing? I had a friend who used to love shit like that. A Hobbit. He's like, oh, this is so great. It's fucking boring. It's fucking Middle Earth. It's bullshit. It's a fairy tale. I made this shit up. He's fucking drunk. Fucking drunk Irish guy. Is he Irish or anything? I don't know. J.R.R. Tolkien. I don't know who the fuck knows. He also loved that. What's that? Game of Thrones. I hate that fuck. George R. R. Martin. It's fucking horrible, this fucking place. Beam me up, Scotty. This planet sucks. Alright, so that's Christian. Now, it's funny. I don't know about much about my own people, the Jewish people, their thoughts on the meaning of life. And after, of course, we all pass away. Um, what I know, it's funny. I grew up. I went to Hebrew school, indoctrination camp, and from what I know, this is what I know. Well, in Judaism, basically, there's a big focus on education and to live a life of trying to live a life of abundance. So, in other words, to have a good life and to have a life where you also sort of give to your neighbors, try to give to charity. And there's not much about afterlife. But what I do know is there is a concept called the Mashiach. My mother always used to talk about this, the Messiah. I was like, what the fuck's the Messiah? One day, one day. So after you die, you get like put in a holding area, like a train station. The train's not coming for a while. It's getting fucking hot there. I think there's a hell in Judaism. I don't know how the hell it works. I guess it's really bad. Really fucking bad. You're really like a fucking Hitler or something. A Charles Manson. I don't think Manson killed any Jews, so he could probably come. Swastika. Okay, he goes to hell. Okay. So, actually, no, I was wrong. Right. Everyone goes to hell, except two types of people. The two types of people that do not go to hell have a chance to go to heaven, right? Yeah, right. This is how it works. Okay, now I remember. I can know. Now, by the way, if you're Jewish and like Orthodox Jewish, you're dumb. But please, if I'm wrong about this, email me at greatjewatheist, no spaces, at gmail.com. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, and if I'm wrong about hell, please correct me. I'd love to know. This is how it works. It doesn't work, but this is how it's supposed to work. So if you're not Jewish, you go to hell, usually. But if you're Jewish and it's called a righteous Gentile. Now, a righteous Gentile is a non-Jew, but is righteous. Now, what do I mean by righteous? That means a good person. He doesn't fuck with the Jews, which everyone basically does, Like, wherever the Jew goes, like, everyone's like fucking with them. Like, fuck you fucking Jew. Like, the Cossacks, the Germans, fucking Irish. Irish are they hate Jews the most. They don't even live near them. They fucking hate the Jews. These drunk Irish guys, they always fucking hate the Jews. I used to live with them, they fucking hate me. Okay, so, does it look like Bewitched or something? Long nose. Got Jew nose. So you're in this holding area, right? And, okay, so you got the Jews and the righteous Gentiles. So we're in the holding area, right? Okay, non-righteous Gentiles, which is everyone else, you go to hell. Okay, so what's left of Jews and righteous Gentiles. Again, righteous Gentile is a Gentile, which is a non-Jew, or Goyim, which you like to call them, which is a non-Jew. So it's basically the world consists of Jews and non-Jews. They're so special. It's Jew and non-Jew. Okay, Jews and righteous Gentiles. And one day, when the conditions are right, of course, which never, one day, when the conditions are right, this groovy guy, and that's why Jesus came about, because they thought at the time they were waiting for the Mashiach or the Messiah, the Mashiach. It's sort of horrible being Jewish. I wish I was like a handsome Christian guy, like with long flowing hair, and it's horrible. A nice Christmas holiday, you wake up at midnight and you have beautiful, beautiful family. It's fucking horrible. So you're a self-hating Jew. My mother used to say, oh shit, piss her off. So when the Mashiach comes, and you might say, well, when does the Mashiach come? I don't fucking know. You pray, like you pray, and like, and like all these authors, oh, it's coming really soon. It could be this generation. It's not coming. So so like in Christianity too, it's funny. It's like when the Jews, and one of the conditions for the Mashiach to come, or the Messiah, and Christians, is that the Jews converted to Christianity. That's one of the conditions. Give me this shit up. So the Mashiach has to come back. So this is like this condition. So for the Mashiach to come back, I don't know what the exact conditions are, but I think one of them is you have to pray. Pray to God. And really religious Jews, they work really hard at this. I mean, it's like they got to, the Sabbath, Friday night, all these holidays, they got to repent. And the more Jews there are, the more praying. I don't know. I don't know the exact conditions. And if you do it, the Mashiach's going to come. Now, will the Mashiach come? What do you think? So if the Mashiach comes, and of course he's not going to come. He's not coming. He just never came. He's not come since there have been Jews, since Abraham. He never came. See, the conditions are never met. That's the idea, right? Because he's never going to come. I mean, what are the chances of come? They're zero. There's a fucking zero. He's not going to come. It's like me. I'm not going to come ever. It's just not going to happen. It's just fucking not going to happen. This is amazing. Keep it this dumb. And the Jews, too. Jews, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now. Jews, on average, are 15 points higher on IQ than other groups. They're just smarter. I mean, I don't know what it is. It could be, I don't know. I mean, racially superior. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just smarter. I mean, the line in the Animal House where, they're saying they got the wrong test. And when the guy goes, how do you know? The Jewish fraternity told us. Actually had a Jewish fraternity in Oregon in 1962. That's amazing. So, what's the sum total of it all? Sum total is that the Jewish view of the meaning of life is, pray, do good deeds, serve God, and under the right conditions. Again, I'm not sure to go to Hebrew school. You figure that would be the number one thing. What are the right conditions for God to come back? I figured the number one. I never learned that. I probably never paid attention. But of course, those conditions could never be met. Like if they were met, still, you don't meet them. They're not met. You got to do more. You got to pray more. Okay, let's go to Islam or Muslims. Now, I don't know much about Islam in terms of the meaning of life. It's similar to Judaism and Christianity in that there's an afterlife. I know there's two groups of Islam. There's the Shia Muslims and the Sunni Muslims, and they differ somewhat. And the only thing I know is they differ by the one, I don't know exactly, the Muhammad or something, who who inherited his kingdom. I don't know, something weird about that. And then they divided at some point, who descended down whose line, whatever, I don't know. And one thing they do different, the Sunni Muslims pray 5 times a day, and the Shia Muslims pray 3 times a day. And I had this Sunni Muslim student, he said to me, because the Shia Muslim pray three times a day, they're a Zionist plot. It's pretty funny. And, the Muslims have, I think, a similar view on and they're more, intolerant on, religion. Intolerant. They're the most intolerant religion, probably, of course. Everything we know that women, how they treat them, and some Muslims are very extreme. Women are dressing in burqas, and they have special rules, and they might have special rules for us too. And we won't talk much about them, of course, because they might have a special place for me. This is funny on Facebook. I once posted this thing on how to stone a person. There's actually like a guy stone. I get stoned on not pot. I'd actually throw stones in a person. It's not to stone a person. Okay, now the afterlife in Islam, I don't know much about. I would figure you would have to first be a good Muslim, follow all the rules, not be an apostate. That means not leave the religion, right? And you would have to, pray every day, certain fasts, and just be a good Muslim. I would figure, maybe, again, if you're a Muslim and I have not given you a fair shake, please email me at greatjewatheist@gmail.com. I would also figure there's a hell. It's called Jannah. I know that. I had a Muslim student taught once. And the hell is a hell. And of course, any non-Muslim will go there. Now, there are 2 exceptions to this rule. Okay? Now, I will definitely go there as a non-believer and all infidels. That means anyone who believes in other religion. That's also a word for non-believer. There is 2 exceptions, though. And those 2 exceptions are Christians and Jews, believe it or not. So Christians and Jews can go to heaven because they are called people of the book. Did you know that? Isn't that amazing? So you Christians and Jews, as long as you're people of the book, you're a Christian or a Jew, you could go to heaven. I don't know, again, exceptions to the rule. Don't know. Okay. So, if one of your 3 religions is correct, and you're one of them, lucky enough to be one of them, one of the 3 Abrahamic religions is correct, you might have an afterlife. Now, guess what? I got bad news for you. None of them are right. To bear the bad news for you. Now, let's talk about atheist meaning of life. Now, atheist meaning of life, and I've tried to search for this, and there's 2 possibilities, really. If you really think about it, life has no meaning. Life has meaning, and life has no meaning. And so one position, life has meaning. Now, well, first of all, is atheist really, what is it, philosophy? Is it a religion? No, it's really it's like, Sam Harris has a great thing. He says, atheism is really, we just don't accept the belief in God. That's all it is. It's like, there's no such thing as a non-astrologer. You don't go around going, I'm a non-astrologer. Almost all people are non-astrologers unless you're silly enough to believe in the stars. The position of the stars determine your behavior, right? You basically don't accept astrology, right? So we're really non-theists, right? Theists are people that believe in a divine power. So, based on my extensive knowledge of atheism, I really come across 2 things I could think of, just off the top of my head, Of course, well prepared as usual. life has meaning. So one of them I read is by very good book, and and I losing everything. It's a really good read. It's called Flow: The Psychology of Optimal Experience. Now the problem is this guy's name. He has a very difficult name. His name, get this, and maybe I'll have to put it in like a link or something. It's so freaking, oh my God, Hungarian name. It literally means Michael Saint Michael. Okay, his name is Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Maybe I'll try to spell it. His name is, a little more time. I'm gonna give it to you. Hungarian name is Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Let me spell it for you. Mihalyi. Csikszentmihalyi. Csikszentmihalyi. So I'll have to put that in the link. Okay, so his book is really good book. And it's called Flow, the Psychology of Optimal Experience. It's probably one of the best books written on the pursuit of happiness. Okay, I've read other books on happiness, And so basically, in a nutshell, so what he basically says is, sorry, there's my head. So what he basically says, so here, gotta have the hair cover like in religion, it's like Judaism. They say, cannot see the hair. The Muslims say, cannot see the hair. I get too sexually attractive, so beautiful. So what is flow? It's a very easy concept. You don't have to be, you don't have to be a Richard Dawkins to understand this. It's an easy concept, and the concept is this: to be happy, you have to do certain tasks, and it could be anything from playing chess to doing open heart surgery, whatever it is, to doing podcasts. Okay, now the key is, so when you're doing those tasks, you have to look at how challenging it is. So the challenges have to be what's called in a flow channel. That means the challenge has to be enough stressful that it's putting demand on you, but not too stressful that it's too hard. Now, if you're in a certain channel between those two extremes, it's too easy. If it's too easy and you get bored, if it's too hard, it's going to be too stressful. That's called a flow channel. That's called optimal experience. So you're playing chess against a opponent who's too weak, you're going to get bored. But you're playing one that's too good, you're going to get frustrated. So you need to find an opponent who is good, but not too good, right? So it's a really good book. Now, you might say, what does that have to do with atheism? Nothing. I just wrote it. No, actually, what it has to do with atheists, the idea of the meaning of life is that so the author talks, and the first thing he talks about is the meaning of life is that the universe has no care about what happens to you. It really doesn't give a shit. Doesn't care. So the author's position is obviously one of the author has indifference, total indifference to you. Couldn't care what happens to you. It doesn't, totally indifferent. There's a very good song, if you get a chance to YouTube it, by Warren Zevon. I don't know if you've heard of Warren Zevon, and it's called The Indifference of Heaven. Doesn't care. Sad. Doesn't care. Couldn't give a shit. Sort of like Jesus. Doesn't care. And so the indifferent, so the universe is totally indifferent. So that's one of the really tough things to accept, that you and me on this blue ball rolling through space, right? So we're rolling through space on this blue ball, And the universe doesn't care, doesn't give a shit, just doesn't give a shit. So now we're here on this blue ball. How do we make some kind of meaning out of our lives, you know? So the author, Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, says, well, we can make some sense through this psychology of optimal experience. And what we need to do is we need to try to find these flow experiences. And again, there are several of them he mentions. And, again, you could do surgery. And I mean, I don't think everyone has access to open heart surgery. I mean, you can do it. I find podcasting great. I think this is the greatest thing ever. To spit again. All kinds of stuff, and it's like he was discussing, I think, interesting stories. It's one of the guys he tracked in the experiments. Even though he's from Hungary, he moved to Italy, and then he eventually came to the United States, and he worked at the University of Chicago, and he did an experiment. He's a man from Mexico, came here, and he had a very, low status job. And one of the big problems with a low status job is that many people fall prey to depression, right? So, but this man wasn't depressed, and he was kind of confused. So he wanted to use this man in the study, and he found out this man did gardening, helped him alleviate his depression, and he found it was a very good activity because it had a lot of flow elements. It had challenges, but it wasn't too challenging, right? So it's a very good book, very good read, and but so his theory. That's one way you can attack this. And one of the problems of atheism is that there's no afterlife. Now, you die. That's it. You're gone. Bye-bye. How does death affect things, So you might say, well, how does it work, you start, you were never born. Before you were born, there was nothing. You come in, you're starting here, there's a dash, you die, there's nothing. It's like you're never here. It's a rough thought, It's not a fun thought. So, but that's the way things are. So, what are you gonna do? These are, tough things. Tough things. It's a tough life. Okay, man, let's get into 2 hours. I don't think I had enough time. Even had diarrhea mouth. Talk too much. I don't think it was white boy. I think it was homeboy. I was talking yesterday. I thought it was white boy. You talk too much. You never know. He's homeboy. You talk too much. You never shut up. Okay. Almost done, Agwon. Next topic is kind of hairy. You might as well finish up. Yeah, I still give me to save it for another one, but all right, we'll finish up. Almost there. It's 11:55 Eastern. Was it Standard Time? Yes, Eastern. Was it Daylight? Yeah, Eastern Daylight Time. Standard Time. It's good. Actually, I like Standard Time. It's nice and dark. I love the dark. I sleep forever, man. Just give me a little Klonopin. Don't give me Klonopin anymore. You have a big fucking mouth. I said, oh, yeah, I'm addicted to Klonopin. Okay, no more Klonopin. I seen that shit coming. I never said a word. Damn motherfucking coming. I never said anything. Okay. Now, a second work that I've come across, and again, there's probably many. I also got this book over. It wasn't too good. The guy listed 7 possibilities, but he also included, possibilities of an afterlife, but I don't think so. All right, so, yeah, it's a little more like, that was that the fat guy from the Siskel and Ebert, right? Something looked like him. I'm getting, like, really fat, I get, like, no drugs or alcohol. Just not to eat like a fucking madman. Now, another book that I had, I think it was just hard up for money, even when I had a job. Right now I'm on sick leave with half pay. Um, it was called by a very good psychotherapist, Irving Yalom. His name is. As a Jew, Irving Yalom wrote a book called "Staring at the Sun." Now, Irving Yalom was, he's a writing, really good author, and I had a book by him, never read, of course. Lost all my books. Life sucks. Okay, then you die. Life sucks. Then you get cancer. Then you die. Okay, so listen, life's not bad. It's just there's so many bad shit that happens. I mean, if the bad shit didn't happen, it wouldn't be bad. But and every bad shit happens, so it sucks. um, so yeah, I read one of his other books. Is called "Staring at the Sun." Now, first of all, Yalom states in the beginning of the book he is an atheist, so it's the work of an atheist, and his thing is that since life really has no meaning, theoretically, can you give it meaning? Oh, I did forget something. So I explained, let's get back to Mihai, Csikszentmihalyi, and the flow. I'm such a fucking moron. I didn't tell you. Fucking moron. I'm a fucking moron. Let's get back to me. I'm in such a rush. I wanted to get to 2 hour point, but fucking moron. Fucking moron. I'm the halfwit. Half dimwit, or what do they call people? You fundamentalists are you good people. Okay, I'm the half dimwit Jew. Okay, now, yeah, schnoz, holy shit. Just fucking kill me, someone. Just fucking take a gun and shoot me. Shoot me. Now, okay, I forgot all about this. So we talked about the psychology of optimal experience. The Mexican guy, moved and he did experiments, and he found that even people with really low status, low flow jobs could do it in their personal lives. He set this up that he explained how he built this garden, and he built all kinds of devices on it. It's very interesting. Now, so what did Mihai Csikszentmihalyi say about the meaning of life? So he basically came to the conclusion, since the universe is indifferent to us, that the meaning, the only meaning we can have is the meaning we give life. So we can have meaning in life, but we personally have to give it meaning. See, people can't come to us and say, listen, great Jew atheist, here's the meaning of life. Let's figure it out. I'm going to give you it. I'm going to tell you, this is the meaning. This is the answer. Like, there's a famous book. I think this is what it's about. Sometimes you read a book and you think you know what it's about. I think this is about, there used to be this book called, If You Meet the Buddha in the Middle of the Road, Kill Him. I think it'll come out good. If you meet the Buddha in the middle of the road, kill him. Okay, so basically, I believe this was about probably someone me, you dick, you're a moron, half-witted dimwit. Okay, that's what it basically means is that if you meet the Buddha and he's trying to give you the answers, kill him, because he can't give you the answers. He can only point you in some direction, but he can't give you the answers. You see, so you can only come to the end. You can only. So someone might be point you, say, go this way. You might find the answers that way. Again, this bit. Right? Oh God, fucking horrible. So you can only go in a certain direction. That's it. That's all you can do. But you got to find your answers. It's such a hard concept. It's never gonna be person. It's never gonna be person. But don't you wish I had that person? Don't you wish here's the answer. I got so many issues. Like, I got some issues that we go through. And I got some really really bad issues. Maybe you have the same issues. I don't know. I would hope you have the same issues. So the thing is that, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's why we're all struggling. Like, what is the meaning? What is life's meaning? You know, And now we got to find it for ourselves. That's really hard. And is there an answer? I don't know. Don't know. I have not found it. Don't know. Um, Maybe there is. Could be. Might be. Maybe not. Wouldn't that be horrible if there is an answer? Maybe there is an answer. Could be horrible if there is an answer. Maybe I won't look for it. Don't want to know. Don't want to know. Might not be an answer. Could be an answer. It might not be an answer. You know, I really don't know. Don't know. So that was Mihai 6 Minutes Behind, and eventually I'm gonna have to add his name to this podcast because that is a really tough name. You know, Hungarians, holy shit. They got some tough motherfucking name. Tough motherfucking name. Motherfucker. This reminds me. I don't think I mentioned this one. So I'm in the psych ward. And we had this homeless African American lady, and we like to talk to herself in the back. And she would always invoke Jesus, Jesus, praise the Lord, begging for change. And went to, times she's by herself, she's all by herself, and she'd go, those white women have a crispy pussy. Crispy, like a piece of fried chicken. It was racist, by the way. It was crispy when she said crispy. I thought fried chicken. I mean, it had nothing to do with her race or, But crispy pussy. That's the girl said, crispy pussy. And she walks over to Jesus. It's insane. It's fucking crazy. Okay, so we talked about life has meaning. Now, getting back to our other, again, I'm sure there's a lot of other. I mean, I've been searching far and wide. These are the only two I've come across. Irving Yalom, Staring at the Sun. And so he talks about a possibility of life having meaning. That's what the whole book's about. Patients come to him, and basically, see, I've got therapy, and that's my thing. What is the meaning of all this? Why even do this? It's crazy. I get up in the morning. I go to work and shitty paid job for a bum paycheck. You do it. I mean, it's gonna die anyway. You get old, die. Can't even get a hot chick. Can't even get a chick. No less, right? Can't even get laid. What's the purpose of all this crap? So Yalom basically says the meaning of life really is what you leave, in terms of to leave something, in terms of something that you touch someone else, you affect their life, and maybe that effect touches that person, so they in turn affect somebody else, you see? So, give you an example. So, I was talking about the little girl talks like this. I love you. I wanna make love to you. I love you so much and you love me. Yeah. True. But I was trying to help her. I was thinking just making fun of her, of course, right? But that'd be horrible. I can't do that. I just can't do it. I want to do it. Come on, let me do it. Email me if you think it's okay. greatjewatheist@gmail.com. So, but I want to really help her. And I could definitely help her if she just listened to me. I think I could help her. And my advice would be very simple. You got to stop living in the past and forget about what just happened. I know it's bad. She's had a bad life. But start pick up your fucking ass and get your shit together. Even if some of your shit's in New York and some of it's in the Catskill Mountains, get fucking together. Not good. Get some shit. It's fucked up. Your shit's all fucked up, sweetie. Get it all together. Get the pile together. You got shit here, you got shit there. Get it all together. So, that's the sum total of that. Now, so that takes care of two, and again, you can probably find more. I had a lot of problems. You figure you can find a lot of stuff. The meaning of life to atheism. Because atheism is more of a philosophy. It's not really religion. there's no real meaning of life per se. You know. Let's see. Let's do the next one. Now, this is what I profess to. Okay. So, if you are a little touchy, this might not be good. Everything seems to be wound tight today, you know. I'm fucking wound tight. Maybe I should become wound tight. You know, I'm too like, you know, what do you call it? You know, when someone's like happy-go-lucky, right? I'm too happy-go-lucky. Everyone's like wound tight, like a kid around. Or people fucking wound. Holy shit! I don't know what's going on. The weather? Is it the? It's me, man. People are really fucking pissed. I mean, I think it gotta be me, right? Okay, so there are two. So the second one, so the second possible belief an atheist can have is life has no meaning. That's my position. No meaning. I mean, you could search, you could, you know, you could look, you could think, but the answer is really simple. There's no meaning. I mean, there really is no meaning. I mean, that's it. It's a simple answer. There's no meaning. Now, you might say, well, why do you believe that? And, you know, that's rough. I mean, well, it doesn't. You know, I mean, it's just a happy accident. And, you know, I mean, you know, I'm sure it happens other places in the right conditions and the right environment and the right, you know, molecules. It takes millions and millions and billions and millions upon billions and millions, as Carl Sagan in the right conditions, it evolves, and you know, these chemicals evolve, and eventually these organic molecules evolve, and they become able to duplicate themselves, and they become single cell organisms, and eventually these single cell organisms, to defend themselves, become or to better able to take prey, become multicellular organism. They evolve more complex organs within themselves, or organs themselves, and eventually you have, you know, jellyfish type creatures, and you know, the whole thing starts to, you know, become rather in millions and hundreds of millions. You get some pretty intense creatures, you know. So really, what is it? It's a happy accident, and the question is it's probably common, you know. I mean, it's you know, it's not common, but it's not uncommon, you know. So you go around the universe, and probably intelligent life doesn't happen everywhere. Probably takes, you know, probably steer in the right direction, evolution, and you know, and you get some primate type species, and you know, probably doesn't look like all us. It probably looks like a fucking, you know, something with eyes and pointy ears or whatever people see, and guess we, and then you got, I think I look like one. Maybe I'm from another planet, I think. And you have a species. So life has no meaning. That's my theory. I mean, so now on this planet, the only planet we know of with life, okay, the only planet with intelligent life, definitely, and the only planet we know of life, though Mars looks like it might have had life at some point. So probably just we got this organ that just became a big advantage to have, you know. Gave us consciousness, these, you know, these amazing things like thoughts and deep thoughts, and even thought about what does it all mean to be, you know, conscious and sentient, and you know, and thinking about things, and you know, asking this amazing question: why am I here? You know, what is my purpose? Like anything ever thought that? Any creature on this planet ever came to that question. That question must be answered by one of our ancestors for the first time. Mammalian life, any organism. That might be the first question. Maybe, who knows when it happened? Maybe 100,000 years ago, maybe a million years ago. I wonder when it happened. At first, Homo sapien, like the English they said, the Homo sapien, not Homo sapien, 100 million years ago. And he said, why are we here? You know, what are we doing here? You know, like, why? What's our purpose? What's our mission? Like, why are we here? No, why are we here rather than not here? It's one of the most fascinating. I mean, if you're not asking that question, you know, and like some people, well, we're here because we're here to serve God. Okay, we're here to serve a non-visible entity that doesn't exist. Sure, Gary. So it's a fascinating question. Again, when did it happen? We don't know. Could have happened 3 million years. That you know, can science answer that question? That's a fascinating question. When was the first creature? And most likely, of course, was maybe chimpanzee. And I said all the time, ooh, 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 ooh. When was? Why are we here? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I did like the redneck guy. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, okay, it's break time, so I'm going to take a little break and then we'll continue.